Hey, hi, it's Hub, HandmanTeacher.com. How are you guys today? Today we're going to install a wooden Venetian blind. And we've gotten wood color in here because we have a lot of dark wood furniture and we thought it would look best in the window. One of the first things to do before buying one of these is check the measurement, the inside measurement of the window. Because 99% of the time, when you have a deep window well like this, you want to hang it on the inside. Well, this window well was 36 inches. So what we did, when you actually measured it, it was like 35 and a half. So we had to make sure that the blind we purchased would fall within that category. And that's what we did when we went out and purchased it. When this blind installs in here, it will fit inside, hang, and have the ability to move within the opening. This house comes with these window dressings. I think this house originally had, in fact I know it had verticals in here, and they used this as a cover, which I think in this instance we're going to continue to use and have the blind come down from behind there. So this is going to determine. Oh, let me tell you how it's made first. It's just a piece of molding, just a piece of wooden molding trim. And what they've done is run screws up through the bottom edge and into the sill up here. So it makes a nice window dressing when it's done. So I just wanted to say a couple words about that before we got started. With that in mind, we have a depth here of 5.5 inches. And we certainly don't want the blind trying to hang way out here in the front, because that would mean that we would be in trouble with the window dressing. And if we ran it all the way flush to the back, then when it went up and down, it would hit the locks and run into the window movement going up and down. And what I feel is the best thing to do is determine about halfway. And what we'll do is I'll take my framing square here, which is adjustable, and I'll set it at 2.5 inches. And I'll take my pencil, and since we're going to put these brackets near the wall, I'm going to make a mark at 2.5 here on the side of the wall and 2.5 up here. So that'll be like the front corner of where this bracket's going to be. Now you'll notice I've already taken the liberty, and just stay there a second, I've already taken the liberty to put pilot holes in because I wanted to test this before I hung this up. But these brackets for this, whoops, let me get it the right way here. These brackets for this will be flush up against the ceiling. Let me get my pencil out of your way. They'll be flush up against the ceiling and against the wall to hold it in place. But our screws primarily will be going into the ceiling. Now I've done the same thing over on this side. I've made the marks on the wall in the same position and put the pilot holes in the same position. So when this hangs, it'll hang nice and straight across here. So our next move is to, how do we get these things up here? And these things with the little gates are what it goes into. Let me just show you that for a second. In other words, when that hangs, they'll be sliding into this. I'm backwards here for the picture. But they'll be sliding into this, and then that front gate will be closing and holding that rod in position. Now you'll notice that it has 2 small holes and 2 big holes, and that's so that you can get a screwdriver bit up and into the hole. Now I was going to use my drill and my regular drill bit, but the problem here is you'll see it doesn't fit up through there far enough for me to screw in. So rather than using a hand screwdriver, which would work well, I dug out my 5-in-1 screwdriver, and we've had a video on this. And what we can do is take the bit out of the smaller end, and if you'll notice here, it will go up through there so that we can screw that in. So what we'll do then is take and use that as the drill bit or the screwdriver bit in the chuck in the drill. And that way we have some power from the drill to make it work. And always when I put it in, I kind of hold the chuck and make sure that it's firmly in there. And in this instance, rather than putting it on the round part where it might slip when I screwed, we put it around the hex end of it here. So now when we go ahead to screw these in here, you can see the screwdriver bit will go all the way in and we can get the screw firmly in place. Now they give you these fine edge screws to go in to the ceiling. And I like to go out to my kit and get the coarse drywall screws. I think they hold better with these larger screw flutes on here, and this is what I've used, so I'm just kind of a creature of habit. But I like these better, but feel free to use the ones that come with a kit if you like. To put it up, it's pretty simple. The easiest way to start this is to take, since we don't have a magnet, I drop the screw down through there and into the hole. I then take the screwdriver, come up to my pilot hole, and screw it in place. Now I don't have that quite tight yet, but that's okay because I want to get that other screw started in there before I tighten that up. So I'll get my other screw, come up through into the hole, and get it tightened in place. Now that's solid, and what I'll do is take the back screw, make that solid. So that that's firmly in place. The gate will close when I give it a little push, but we need it open right now. We'll go ahead and put the other bracket in place, doing the same procedure. Again, we want to make sure that we don't hang it upside down. We want to make sure that we hang it with the door so that the door will close this way. We certainly don't want it to try to close that way. Get my drill bit ready, put it in the screw, come up to the ceiling, and get it in place. And again, it's a little bit loose for a reason. And then we'll get our other one up. Whoops. Come on, there we go. Into the hole. Put that one down solid, and we make that one solid. They include a center bracket that we could mount in the center. But when you're in an area like this that's under 40 inches, we don't need the extra center bracket. But they put it in there as an option. I think in this case, it's just not really necessary, and I hate to do items that aren't necessary to make the installation work well. So we'll just bypass putting this up, but it would be hung the same way. Pilot holes, screws, and hold it in place. And again, we would have to measure in so that our measurement was the same.